Today folks, we're in for a treat. The Nike Pegasus 36 trail shoe. So first impressions of the shoe. I mean, striking appearance, one dare say it's probably one of the best looking running shoes I've seen. And you know, ordinarily you'd say these kind of colours shouldn't work, but they simply just do. It's an amazing looking shoe. They do come in a couple of different colours, I believe. The other one is more brown looking shoe, greens in them, a little bit of orange, but I opted for a colourful pair, which I don't usually get, to be fair, but you just couldn't resist with a shoe like this. So it's the different blends of pastels and greens and blues and this kind of funny looking speckled bit at the top. Sole itself, nice there. You've got a nice banding through there. There's some kind of support on that side. The cushion itself, it's very well cushioned shoe. There's also lots of give on there. So I would dare say it's not for your hard pack trails. It's definitely one that you can be used in multiple areas, I would say. On the trails, it could go hard packed. It gives you that cushion. It gives you the bounce and support, and I also think it helps you in the ascents and descents, giving you that padding and that, when you're hitting it hard coming down those hills. So I think it's got everything, first impressions that a trail shoe should have. Okay, so just done a couple of miles with the shoe on the road, and I have to say they're holding up quite well. Now, I don't think they give me as much of the support I thought in the front of the shoe. So here, I think it's a bit flat, to be honest with you, right around this area. Whereas there is plenty of cushioning in and around here. So it's great if you're running and you put your heel down first before you land. But I'm a bit of a toe first or the pads first before I put anything else. So I think there's a slight differential, but as I say, that's the roads for now. What I'm going to do is now about to hit the trail, so I'll give you a further review when I get there. And wow, I mean, there's a slight decline to this, so I'm going downhill a bit, but I have to say, there's a heck of a lot of bounce in these. They're quite fun. That's only even on a mild kind of descent. That was fun. It had lots of cushion in it. I felt strong. The legs did. They were pumping, they were flowing. Really good. They ride over bumps and things well, like tree stumps and things like that, roots, which there's plenty of here in Reigate at the foot of the North Downs. So yeah, I mean, really enjoying them so far. So I'm going to come to a few hills shortly. I'll give you the verdict on there, but downhill is an absolute screamer. It's quite hard packed. Looks like the water's drained well. And again, the Pegasus is holding up lovely. It doesn't stomp down on it. It rides it well. Look, if you're watching, see it, it's very sturdy. There's no kind of slippage in any of that. So you can probably hear by my puffing that we've hit some of the hills now. Now, still quite packed. I was surprised that it won't be wetter than this, considering all the flash floods we've had lately. But they're giving a good account of themselves, I dare say. Not seeing much difference than I do to my other trails at the moment. Again, when you're on an uphill, you tend to use your feet, your toes, and the pads on those more so than your heels, where, as I said, this is where most of the cushioning lies at the moment. So
all right, I'd say. Not breaking any boundaries here at all. Become a bit more of a packed trail now. Again, shoes are holding up very nicely indeed. A little bit rocky, this path as well, and after a bit of wet weather, you know, I am noticing a little bit that the Pegasus does slip a little bit on them. So more of the shinier rocks you want to be careful of when treading over them, because, you know, I'd like to see these in a bit more wet weather. I've done about 5 miles additional now on the Pegasus. Back on the roads now, I'm way back into town. Yeah, definitely I'd say more of a trail shoe than a road shoe. I've seen some reviews that do say it's good at both, and yeah, it certainly can, you know, compete on the road. But I think it's predominantly a stopgap before getting on the trails, which is definitely where, you know, you can see the benefits of it. Overall synopsis of the shoe, I've really enjoyed it, to be honest. I really enjoyed running in them, especially on the trails and the descents. There wasn't great descents, don't get me wrong, it wasn't steep, but what there was, they were real fun, and, you know, the bounce on them was, the cushioning was superb. Really could have kept going on them forever. Even on the pack stuff and the gravelly stuff, yeah, worked well. I did mention how these would act in slippy weather, and I'm not sure about that, you know, on the rocks and things like that. Well, I am a bit dubious, and I'll do another review of that when I can. But yeah, from what I've seen so far, love them. Good looking shoe as well. A couple of head turners. Now, I don't know whether that's my running style or the shoe itself. I'd like to say it's the shoe, to be fair. But yeah, overall, you know, I really like them, and yeah, looking forward to a good few more runs in these. So hope you enjoyed the Manc trailer as a review of the Pegasus 36 trail shoe, and see you soon.